Our service is about to begin. If you have a cellular device, I would ask you please turn it to the off position. Officiating our service today will be Rabbi Andrea London from Beth Emmet, the Free Synagogue.
Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid, ki mimini balamot, l'chen samach libi ve'egel kivodi af b'sar yishkon levetach. The psalmist taught, I have set the eternal always before me. God is at my side. I shall not be moved. Therefore does my heart exult and my soul rejoice. My being is secure. For you will not abandon me to death, nor let your faithful ones see destruction. You show me the path of life. Your presence brings fullness of joy. Enduring happiness is your gift. Death has taken our beloved Michael. Our friends grieve in their darkened world. In their silence, there is lamentation. In their tears, there is loneliness. Lost in their sorrow, may they find the presence of loving friends. And as I look around this sanctuary, I just see so many loving friends, and I can feel the love for the Nidenberg Coxheads at this moment. For, of course, the Nidenberg Coxhead family, a family that has given so much love to so many communities in our area. And the fact that you're here and surrounding them and enveloping with them with that love is just an incredible, incredible source of support and a wonderful gift. For Michael's love that united us in life and which death cannot sever, for his companionship that we shared along life's path and which continues through the tenderness of memory, for the gifts of his heart and mind that brought us joy and happiness and is now a precious remembrance. For all these and more, we give our thanks to God. In this time of grief, we listen to the voice of our sacred scriptures that brings us the ever-new message of God's nearness. It tells us of our kinship with the Creator, and light as in darkness, and joy as in sorrow, and life as in death. And so as we gather together to mourn the loss of Michael Coxhead, we come with great appreciation in our hearts today as well for the 69 years of his life. It seems that instead of being dressed in black, we should be wearing some silly Purim costumes together, that we should see Mike doing a card trick at a Shake the Shook fundraiser event for Beth Emmet, or all the myriad of memories and laughs we had with Michael as he could always pull out a groaner of a one-liner. But we gather here together to honor his memory and to support his family. Adonai roi lo chsar binoteshe yarbitzeni, almei menachot yinahaleni, nafshi yeshovev yancheni v'maglei tzedek lema'an shemo. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Leidahi reshit uftirat hachlit, hachaim kamasahem, alecha kitzmicha mishalav l'shalav. Birth is a beginning and death a destination, but life is a journey, a going, a growing from stage to stage, from childhood to maturity and youth to age, from innocence to awareness and ignorance to knowing, from foolishness to discretion, and then perhaps to wisdom. From weakness to strength, or strength to weakness, and often back again. From health to sickness and back we pray, to health again. From offense to forgiveness, from loneliness to love, from joy to gratitude, from pain to compassion, and grief to understanding, from fear to faith, from defeat to defeat to defeat, until looking backward or ahead, we see that victory lies not at some high place along the way, but in having made the journey stage by stage, a sacred pilgrimage. Birth is a beginning and death a destination, but life is a journey, a sacred pilgrimage made stage by stage, from birth to death to life everlasting. And now we're going to take these precious moments together to listen to stories about the sacred pilgrimage of Michael Coxhead's life. I'd like to begin by inviting his children, Sam, Hana, and Ben, to speak.
God, I don't need to be standing even taller. I guess so. Time spent in the car with Dad was all about music. Jazz, musicals, and bluegrass. Some of the first albums we listened to were Nickel Creek, Barnum the Musical, and Man of La Mancha. Actually, there was one year where his barbershop chorus was singing a medley arrangement from Man of La Mancha, and it had The Impossible Dream. And what some of you may or may not know is that for each song, Dad had practice tracks that allow you to isolate your part using the left or right function on your car, and sing along and learn your parts. I can't tell you how many times we sang that song together, along with numerous other show tunes. Music was always so important to both of us, and it connected our worlds.
For me, my dad was someone I could always go to growing up. He was always more of a listener than a talker, but when he did talk, it was a one-liner to get me to smile. He was my person that made me feel seen. He loved us. He wanted us to love ourselves, and he always knew how much we loved him. Should not have gone last. Okay. Dads are someone to look up to, which isn't hard when you're 6'3". Someone to follow dancing around a campfire, singing Owa, Tagu, Siam. Someone to admire as one of the original chopped champions who could pull leftovers out of the fridge and create something completely new. Someone to be proud of and brag about as a talented singer and the Purim Shpiel MC. Someone to be embarrassed by, as he told inappropriate jokes to every friend and stranger who entered the house. Someone to teach me how to make s'mores with a hairdryer in a hotel room. Someone to try and impress with each new accomplishment and degree. Someone to rebel against and question what is beneath the mustache. Most of all, someone with whom to share this wonderful life and everything it has to offer. And we love you, Dad.
Now I'd like to invite Emily to speak. There's more tissue if you need it.
I don't need a talk. I'll be up at the thing. Okay. You never had to tell Mike to adjust the mic. He always knew how to be heard. I practiced it a couple of times. I'm sure I'll fail at staying composed. Sorry, I'll do my best. Working on getting started. For those who don't know me, don't laugh. I'm Emily, Michael's long-suffering and not so quiet wife, or how Mike liked to refer to me. His protector, his shield, his magic maker, and his secret keeper. When Mike and I first met in 1976, I knew he was special. We were sitting in a hot gymnasium in Rockford with 100 special needs kids in a circle. And Mike and the director squawked out a demand. We need gorillas and they need to eat food. Play me some music. And Mike stepped into the middle of the circle and proceeded to pantomime a giant ape trying to peel and eat a banana in zero gravity in outer space. Within minutes, the staff were helping a half a dozen kids in wheelchairs into the circle with their bananas floating out of the peel and reaching into the highest orbits. And when Mike followed this with a prompt trip over his own chocolate brown chuckaboots, and he fell on top of another staffer. I was told not to name drop. The staffer happened to be the magnificent Marin Maisie, who went on to Broadway. Then she was just like me. Honestly, just a senior in high school. There were uproarious laughs, and I knew right away, this guy, he's different. Mike wasn't perfect. If you asked him to fix a leaky faucet, you'd end up with a flooded kitchen, a broken wrench, and him telling you it was actually a design flaw by the manufacturer. Mike was a man who believed that instructions were just, let me quote him, a lazy person's guide to failure. And then there was the snoring. People said his snoring sounds were like a chainsaw. Mike's snoring was more like a 1984 diesel engine trying to start in a cold garage. Many nights I found myself watching him sleep, wondering if I should check his oil. Like so many roads we traveled together, it was epic. And Michael was always along for the ride. His facade was easy. His underbelly was stubborn. He never asked for directions because he believed he had a natural internal compass. That compass is the reason the five of us spent 3 hours following his then crackberry in 2009 in the sketchy parts of Budapest. When finally our eldest said, "Dad, let's just use the map." But you know what? That, in its own weird way, is what made him perfect for me. Because for every broken lamp, he decided he would fix it sometime in the year. But he would do it eventually. For every stubborn moment, there was a laugh at the end. He was the only person who could make me laugh when I wanted to scream. And he never criticized or apologized when either one of us was completely wrong. time for a tissue. I'm off script. Back of the page? Okay. I can't even read my own handwriting. What the hell did I write, Becca? I think I can read. Hold on. Oh, right. Thanks. I already owe Bill an apology here at Jewish Funeral Homes. He told me the time to be here, and I said to him, you know, everyone will be on time. It's good that I'm the one you're telling this to, because I'm the one who'll be late. And of course, we were late. I'm confessing. I really appreciated the fact that Mike never wore a watch. And he was always on time. And he never criticized me for always being late. Off script. Our wedding. As usual, I cut a deal, and we got married in a building that was about to be torn down, but the restaurant and the interior had not been cannibalized yet. Downtown at 900 North Michigan. And we had the ceremony outside the zoo rookery. It was very expensive to get a permit. Mike and I didn't have 2 bloody plug nickels. But I had a friend who was the head of a district police department. He sent over a couple of fellas. And we made signs that said we had a permit. And we signed this, and Mike signed the signs. Okay, this is going to piss me off about Mike. He could remember everybody's damn name, and I can't. The mayor of Chicago, the senior, Daley. He signed Daley's name, who was already dead. We pinned them up to a couple of trees. My parents, who loved us, my brothers and I, had an unpleasant divorce. Divorces are hard. I only knew it from the outside. Mike and I, we were okay. Not always perfect, but we were okay. My parents got in a fight in Mike's and my apartment, but Mike was already at the park. And there was a volleyball game going on. And he asked the people, would you mind terribly if you put a pause on it? We're going to have a ceremony here. They not only said yes, they stopped the game and they came on over. It's 5:05. The ceremony started at 5. It's 10 after. It's quarter after. My parents were having a fight. That was okay. I was looking at my watch, but I wasn't paying attention. Gee, think Mike was surprised? He walked around to everybody and started laughing and going, it's just Emily, don't worry about it. She'll get here. He didn't worry for a minute. He never doubted. Mike never doubted I had his back, no matter what the issue was. We arrived. The wedding happened. We read poems from Winnie the Pooh. And then we walked over to a building that was torn down 3 weeks later in a cannibalized restaurant called Jacques. And yes, I cooked. Off script. We'll try to get back on. Mike, you were stealth in your actions and grand in your agreeability. You were not demonstrative, and I always knew that you loved your family more than anything else in the world, even barbershop. Sorry, guys. We had one hell of a ride filled with adventures, normal Tuesdays, laughs and struggles. A coin only exists with two opposing sides. Mike and I held opposing sides. But one without the other is not a coin. Mike held the credible, while I held the incredible. It just doesn't work if you're not a Jason. Leo, speak up, darling. I can't hear you. Mike's newest nephew. We had an outing, and it tickled him to no end to meet Leo. So to my perfectly imperfect Michael, thank you for a lifetime of memories. Always being good looking, keeping your beard trimmed no matter what. Being my memory keeper, always being smart, helping create, and being proud of all that came after us. And Mike, especially thank you for saying yes and. Rest easy. We've got this, Mike. And I'll figure out how to fix the sink next week.
Mike loved to participate in whatever creative antics were going on. And with the Nidenberg Coxheads, there were many. Whether it was a family vacation filled with imaginative activities, an Osprey retreat complete with camping in the snow, emceeing a Purim spiel at Beth Emmet, or singing campy song parodies at a Passover Seder. He was, as they say in improv and as Emily told us, a yes and kind of guy. Mike was comfortable on stage, singing, acting, or designing elaborate Purim costumes for the entire Nidenberg Coxhead brood. Remember when they were the Charleston Jews, the Jew Man group, or the Gefilte fishermen? His passion for dressing up, however, predated Purim shpiels. Mike and Emily's first date was at an April Fool's Day dance at Rockford College, where Mike was crowned King Fool. He and Ben performed together in Fiddler on the Roof twice. Mike played the constable and Ben was Fietka. And for the last 20 years, he enjoyed singing with a barbershop group. One year at a Beth Emmet fundraiser, he did card tricks while wearing a fez. Mike also loved being backstage. He did set design for the New American Theater and was always Emily's willing sidekick for whatever creative endeavors she had in mind. Passover Seders at the Nidenberg Coxhead home were legendary. Mike often prepared slides humorously illustrating different parts of the Seder, along with groan-worthy one-liners. Mike was deeply community-oriented and always willing to contribute wherever he was needed, for his family and for Beth Emmett. When his daughter's Hana's bat mitzvah fell the night before his eldest daughter Sam's 16th birthday, Hana wanted to make sure her sister's milestone was celebrated too. She invited Sam's friends over for the Sunday morning after the party. All Mike wanted to do was sleep in. But being the yes and guy he was, he got up and made sure Sam had a proper 16th birthday celebration. When Beth Emmett was completing a renovation in 2001, the path to the sanctuary during the High Holy Days was anything but direct. Mike made signs directing people with lines like, "Just 40 more steps till salvation." In addition to his creative side, Mike was a tech person who spent his entire career in technology. Before Sam's bat mitzvah, he took the congregation's temporary prayer book, loose sheets, added prayers, music inserts, kind of a mess, and compiled a brand new service booklet for the community. He thought it was just for that one day, but the congregation used it for 5 years until the new Reform prayer book was published. He and Sam were part of the Indian Princesses group at the Y. And as Sam told us, when no one wanted to go on a camp out and they ended up being in a hotel room, they made s'mores using a hairdryer. Michael and Emily met in Rockford, Illinois in 1976, where he literally swept her off her feet. On their second date, he took her up in a small plane, flying up, then diving down, then climbing again. Emily had motion sickness, but she couldn't resist handsome, smart, and funny Mike. They had met while working together at a special needs group home in Rockford. On weekends, Emily was solely responsible for a group of children who needed a great deal of attention. Mike was the activity director, and he would stop by to help her with the kids so she could get dinner on the table. Mike and Emily made quite a pair, creative and resourceful. When they first moved to Chicago, they were living on one modest salary while Emily was in school. They slept on carpet remnants that had fallen off the back of a truck. On Wednesdays, they'd go to Miller's Pub for the early bird special, splitting a beef liver and onion sandwich with pickles. There were always creative activities at the Nidenberg Coxhead household. Every birthday, the kids would wake up to large handmade signs decorating the rooms, created by Mike and Emily, and put there overnight. Game nights, seders, and break the fast were events people looked forward to. Always good food and plenty of laughter. Mike wasn't much of a cook, except when he would gather leftovers in the refrigerator. But he did have one specialty. On New Year's Day, he always made eggs Benedict. The rest of the time, he was there to help serve, provide support, and deliver the perfectly timed dad joke. Mike was a dad who showed up for his children. He did Indian Princesses with Sam. He became Hana's soccer coach despite knowing little about soccer. A coach was needed, no one volunteered, and Mike raised his hand. He sang and acted alongside Ben, and Nidenberg Coxhead family vacations were the stuff of legend. Once while traveling through South Dakota, a wheel fell off the trailer they were towing. Mike stopped the car and ran across 4 lanes of traffic to retrieve it. On another trip, he helped the kids catch trout, then gutted and cooked the fish over the campfire. Wacky activities and art projects were a fixture of every family trip. It seems fitting that we read in our Torah this week from the book of Exodus, Parashat Vayekel. This Torah portion describes Moses gathering the Israelite community to build the Mishkan, the portable wilderness sanctuary. Vayekel shares its root with Kihila, community. Mike and Emily's guiding belief was that community is a participatory activity. You have to create it, You can't simply expect it to be there when you need it. Mike lived this value. He could always be counted on to pitch in. A funny sign pointing the way to the sanctuary, a soccer coaching gig he never planned on, card tricks at a synagogue fundraiser. Mike brought the fun. Mike brought humor. Mike came with a yes and attitude. On Friday night, Mike had the pleasure of being surrounded by his family, his 3 children and Emily. He wanted fried chicken livers from Chicken Shack for dinner, which he relished alongside his family. Emily, for 47 years, you and Mike were partners in crime, giving so much to your children and your community with humor, creativity, energy, and an abundant amount of love. Sam, Hana, and Ben, you are your father's legacy. He was so proud of what loving and thoughtful people you have grown into. May you continue to relish your dad's memory by sharing the stories of his life and laughing at them, and continuing to live by his legacy of caring about community and bringing joy and humor to others. Michael Coxhead was a man who said yes and to life, to his family, to his community, and to everyone lucky enough to be in his orbit. May his memory be a blessing, and may his spirit of generosity, laughter, and love continue to ripple outward through all who carry him in their hearts. Zichrono livracha. May Mike's memory be a blessing. And now I'd like to invite his barbershop group up to sing a song.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said, son, you've got a friend. Do, 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 do. I'm saying you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You've got trouble, I've got too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it through, 'cause you've got a friend in me. Wah, wah, wah. Some of the folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, but none of them will ever love you the way I do. Just me and you, boy, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny, 'cause you've got a friend in me. Shooby-doo-wop. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always the rain fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may he hold you in his hand. May God hold you in the palm of his, hold you in the palm of his hand.
God, you give us loved ones and make them the strength of our life, the light of our eyes. They depart and leave us bereft on a lonely way. But you are the living fountain from which our healing flows. To you the stricken look for comfort and the sorrow-laden for consolation. O God, we see life is through windows that open on eternity. We see that love endures and the soul endures as you, O God, endure forever. We see that the years are more than grass that withers, more than flowers that fade. They weave a timeless pattern in a world that is a dwelling place of your love and glory. We take a moment now to offer a silent prayer in our hearts for Michael and for his family. Please rise for El Malei Rachamim.
I'm not like standing this tall. There we go. El Malei Rachamim, Shochen Baromim, Chamse Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanafecha Shichana, Im Kedoshim Utechorim Kezorach HaChakiyah, Mazchirim Lenishmat Bar Avraham Ben Sarah Shechala Leolamo B'harachamim Yastirechu B'sete Kenafal Elamim Ve'yisharo b'isharo chayachagim et nishmato Adonai hu nechalato Ve'yanua b'shalom al mishchavo Ve'nomar
Compassionate God, eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence to Michael Coxhead, who has entered eternity. O God of mercy, let him find refuge in your eternal presence, and let his soul be bound up in the bond of everlasting life. God is his inheritance. May he rest in peace. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated.
This concludes our service here in the chapel. The interment will take place immediately following at Memorial Park Cemetery in Skokie. Following the interment, the family will be sitting Shiva until 8:30 p.m. this evening at the Nidenberg Coxhead residence. That's 1101 Dodge Avenue, Unit 201 in Evanston. That information is available on your folders. Also, Wednesday and Thursday from 6:30 p.m. and 9 p.m., and Shiva Minyan will take place at 7 p.m. on those evenings. Memorial contributions could be made to Beth Em at the Free Synagogue, 1224 Dempster Street in Evanston, or a charity that is meaningful to you. For those of you who are online, that information is also available on our website. For those of you who are going to be going in procession with us today to the cemetery, please make sure you obtain an orange funeral safety sticker. That sticker should be placed in the front passenger side of the windshield. We would also ask that you have your bright headlights and flashing hazard lights on at all times. For an additional measure of safety, our staff will be placing magnetic flags on the top of vehicles throughout the procession. As we drive in procession today, please drive as closely as safety permits to the vehicle in front of you. We want to avoid any large gaps. This is especially true as we work our way through intersections. At this time, I'm going to ask everyone to please rise as Mr. Coxhead is escorted from the chapel.